Hello everyone. I hope all of you are doing really great. This is Umi, and I am so happy to be here after a long with you all. And I have a very amazing personality with us, uh, Mr. Yogesh Sethi sir. And by profession, he is an advocate at the High Court of Uttarakhand. And we welcome you, sir, in today's live. We will be comprehensively will be talking about his book Justice on Sale. So first of all, the title seems very, very much interesting, and about everything I would like to know it from sir itself. So, sir, I hope you are doing well, and thank you so much for joining with us today.
Yes, Omi. Likewise, thank you so much for connecting,
Yes.
and I hope
Uh,
we have a good session.
yes. Sir, just before beginning and like digging deeper into deeper questions, I just want to know why did you come up with this such intriguing and interesting title name, Justice on a Sale? What was the purpose?
Omi, if you have gone through the book, the disclaimer itself says that all the experiences in the book are actually real. There's
Hmm.
nothing imaginary or nothing fictitious. There's a disclaimer in the book which itself says so. This is
Right.
something as a lawyer, we experience it every day. It is not
Hmm.
just as a lawyer, but as all the litigants who actually come to the court are experiencing this with the concept of ADR, that is alternate dispute resolution system. I'll make it simple for the common man. For
Right.
suppose one is normal litigation, and
Hmm.
then government and state policies over the years have been adopting ADRs. ADRs is additional dispute resolution system, so that courts are unburdened from this heavy
Hmm.
task. तो उसमें they are including arbitration, they are organizing Lok Adalats as they popularly say.
Hmm.
Then they are giving alternate ways of getting your disputes resolved. So basically, what they have done is they have put this entire system on sale by way of sale. Doesn't mean to selling off. It
Hmm.
means that they have given number of options, like you have off-season sales. You get very all things easily, comparatively on a less price.
Hmm.
So here the title "Justice on Sale" suggests that policy of the state.
Right. So thank you so much, sir, for like keeping it very brief and for the understanding of common person. I just wanted to know how the idea came to your mind that you should write on this issues. Often, what we see it in movies, we see in different web series, courtroom dramas, and everything. But how do you see being in this profession at ground level from very common people? I have seen personally getting this kind of dispute resolved for big corporates, big people. But how does it really affect from the like people coming from very basic rural background, or let's say very socioeconomically poor class? Like, have you experienced those as well in your profession?
Yes, I am in this profession since last 3 generations.
Hmm.
It has been a wonderful profession. It is actually a wonderful profession. No stereotype, no monotony, and
Hmm.
everyday new challenges. But unfortunately, over the years, the quality of the judgments, quality of the disposal has actually gone worse, bad to worse rather. Now, as far as when you talk about corporate sectors being facilitated by the ADR, undoubtedly. Now,
Hmm.
ADR, especially like arbitrations, are the dishes which only rich men can afford.
Right.
For poor man, harassment is guaranteed. Lok adalats are limited only for disposal of Motor Vehicle Act traffic challans
Hmm.
or compelled compromises. People are not willingly, or you may say, people are initially attracted willingly towards the ADR system, but what they find is that they don't get justice there. They are made to compromise. As if I mentioned in my book, that compromise itself means for settling for something which you less than what you deserve. So this is what the basic approach between behind the ADR system in the Western world and India is that in Western world, when a person goes for ADR or the pre-litigation services, then what lawyers do, they explain you that if you go to the litigation, look,
Hmm.
punishment is guaranteed, the penalties are guaranteed. Better you sort it out by way of ADR, and you will save those money, you will save the time and energy. Here the approach is different. What they say is, "Yaar court guy, fir to you will waste money, you will waste energy,
Hmm.
and the justice is not guaranteed. It is better you settle outside." So this is the difference which two segments of societies are facing. For rich people, arbitration is something courts at home. It is like home delivery. Zomato, Swiggy, arbitrator will book a hotel room. You can sit there, you can afford it, you can pay them. For a poor person, these facilities actually don't exist. In ground reality, they don't exist.
Right. Very well put differences you mentioned. Like from for the people who doesn't have any choice financially, they are just given one option and they don't even have the other choices. They ultimately has to choose that because there is not enough like strong justice system. So like I just want to know from your perspective, as a common man, we feel very helpless in this whole scenario because when we are given only one choice, we have to take it. We don't have any other option. But as a professional, how the context has been set from a lower perspective or an advocate, how do they see it? Matlab, let me just reframe the sentence. It will just be a compliance thing that you settle it out of the court or just take it as you want. But sir, you have been working in this field, so how, from your ethical point of view, moral point of view, like you see these things? Is it
For
right,
me,
wrong?
for
Hmm.
me, as far as the legal aspect is concerned, lawyers are never, they never lose. I'll tell you very simple way. I
Hmm.
have mentioned in my book that unexpressed emotions never die.
Hmm.
Right? They come up
Right.
more aggressively. So
Right.
what happens when these forced compromises take place?
Hmm.
Sooner or later, these compromises are actually seeds of new disputes.
Okay.
So lawyers don't lose. It is the litigant who loses. It is the
Right.
litigant who loses. He loses his time, he loses his money, and then again back he's in the court. Or if he's out of the court, then again he's dissatisfied, and this dissatisfaction somewhere or the other again is a germen of a new litigation. In most of the cases, compromise is never that where in India, especially in this legal scenario, compromise is nothing where both the parties are coming happily outside the courtroom. Yes, we have got what we deserved. It is one who comes out, okay, yaar, compromise mein I saved this much, and the other said, yeah, I had nothing more than this to achieve, so I had to enter it.
Hmm.
So it's an unexpressed emotion which is buried under the carpet of a compromise. So lawyers, they are benefited. They get fresh litigation, or normally these litigants again come back because most of the compromises that take in civil court are not on the basis of persuasion. Mediators never pursue for compromise, or if somebody pursues them, it is never out of persuasion they enter into compromise. It is out of frustration and out of giving up. So legally, but morally, it's a big loss to the society. Even today, after so much of negativity around the legal profession and judiciary, still, if something happens to a person, he says, "I'll see you in court." Meaning thereby that the last hope is still there that I might get something there if I may not. There's a difference
Hmm.
between may and might. So I might get something. But once he comes to the court and where again he's made to compromise, then society loses its trust, undoubtedly. I have given an instance in my book where a lady who gathers courage after 30 or 25 years of marriage to finally get vocal about the atrocities inflicted to her. And the first day when she comes to the court doesn't say that we stand by you. You said, 25 साल हो गया, you better go for mediation and compromise out of the court.
Hmm.
So just imagine the plight of that litigant who has gathered courage, gathered some money to come to the court to finally seek justice, and then he's convinced, no, you don't come to the court. You better go for compromise. And sometimes I believe not to compromise is the truest test of truthfulness. But you are encouraged for a compromise here. If a party is willing to compromise, nothing like that. But that should not be the only option given to him. So there morally the society suffers. That encourages the wrong doer जो गलत कर रहा है जो क्रिमिनल है उसे लगेगा ठीक है यार कुछ नहीं बिगाड़ पाएगा कल को कॉम्प्रोमाइज ही तो होगा. So this is the general concept which is now prevailing in Indian judiciary.
Right. Very interesting insight. One more question, sir. Have you seen this trajectory? Like, have you seen any changes in the trajectory? Because your quite a few generation has been in this profession. So, what, like in your informal conversations or even formal conversations, have you heard about how the trajectory has been changed or how it has just been growing and growing each day of ADRs?
With due respect to everybody, and the standard of judgments on merit have gone down badly, and at all stages,
Hmm.
right, starting from the tehsil level to the higher levels.
Hmm.
With due respect to all the judges around, if they watch my interview, they may feel offended later on. But
Hmm.
the bitter truth is that the standard of delivery of judgment has actually gone down, and that everybody agrees to. Out of experience, I'm telling you, if I read a judgment which was delivered 30 or 40 years ago by a judge of a lower court, is much more legally sound than the judgments which we come across nowadays every by the judges being delivered at higher levels. Maybe it is because of the work pressure, maybe it is the quantity taking over the quality, but undoubtedly the standard of judgments these on merits has actually gone down. Nobody is actually interested in getting the matters decided on merits. Nobody is wanting to put that labor in it. They have their targets earlier. Now they have a point system. They had a quota system that every month they have to decide number of cases. Now recently they have introduced point system that for each order they get number of points, and at the end of the month, each judge has to deliver for suppose 200 points. So quality is taking over, quantity is taking over quality.
And also, I just wanted to know, like, as a writer, what do you expect out of this publication? When this go out, people read about your book, how should they perceive it? Just for general awareness or more than that? What do you think about that?
My purpose of writing this book, or the message which I want to give, is that don't compromise with your principles.
Hmm.
The law has been, the legislative intent has never been to make law for to people to compromise. If at all you are correct, your right exists, you should contest. You should never settle for something less you deserve. ADR is always a mean, should be a mean to get what you deserve. Additional dispute resolution system should be an additional way where you can get what you deserve. But it should not be a rider where you have to stop and enter into a compromise just because there is a lot of rush in the top. So my belief has been, अगर आपका right है आप बिल्कुल इसके लिए contest करिए, rather than आप कॉम्प्रोमाइज सिर्फ इसलिए कर रहे हैं कि पता नहीं कल क्या होगा, या जजेस आपको इनकरेज कर रहे हैं, लॉयर्स आपको इनकरेज कर रहे हैं कि नहीं ठीक है मेरिट्स पे नहीं जाइए, यू एंटर इनटू अ कॉम्प्रोमाइज, इट इज बेटर फॉर यू, देन
Hmm.
द एंटायर सिस्टम टेंड्स टू फेल.
Right. Definitely, and I think morally that also should require in a society because as you mentioned, we are just focusing on the quantity, not on the quality, and slowly, like I'm talking about from my generation point of view, we slowly are completely losing the belief in the justice system because all of these compromises that happen outside the courtroom, and maybe thousands of those people never reach into that. So there are a lot of myths, lot of fears around like people because this justice system is getting weakened. um, I believe this conversation was very important, so the book is. I would request all of our viewers who will be like watching this video or are watching this video right now, please go and buy this book, read this book, and also let us know how did you feel it. If you had any such experiences in the courtroom or like in your real life, just let us know about it. And I hope this book will also help in the social awareness and moral awakening in the society. So I would like to know, do you have any specific uh, note for your readers or any aspiring writers in future?
Actually, Umi, it is very difficult to write truth. Now this
Hmm.
book may cost me a lot when it goes into the hands of my friends who are on the both side of the judiciary, on the bench and the bar itself.
Hmm.
Actually, this is a mirror for all of us. I am part of that system. I had gathered some courage. Moreover, I have actually gone through that period, that struggle period. So it's easy
Hmm.
for me to write. But
Right.
for the beginners, it is not that easy. I understand that. The only message, the only lesson I want to give is never compromise on your principles. Also, there may be stages where you may lose your case. It's okay. Don't if you are losing a case, doesn't matter. You don't lose your client. If you are losing your client who's wrong, don't lose the court for your client. And at the end of the day, never lose your conscience for all these things. So keep your conscience alive and never compromise anything which comes over to your conscience. So that's the only message I want to give. And rest everything is in the book. Thank you so much for connecting with me. It was wonderful talking to you. And I hope the book gives enough of material for everybody around the bench to introspect.
Definitely, sir. It was lovely talking with you. And to all, I would request please go and check this book in Amazon in our websites. You will get there because I really think that that's take a lot of courage to write about the system you're involved with. So, sir, thank you so much for that, and hats off to you for being one of those people who tried to make a change. And yes, please do read about it. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much. God bless you, me. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.